I just got lipstick all over you. I'm sorry.
Oh, I couldn't think of worse punishments.
Good morning, Craig.
Good morning.
Hi, Emily.
Ellie?
Oh,
What?
you didn't hear the good news.
No, what?
I'm filling in for Iva till she gets back.
Oh, that's wonderful. That means you'll be sticking around for a while.
Yeah.
I thought you had to get to the office.
No, darling, I'm riveted. How can I go when something interesting is happening? Look at that. Look at the two of them, Emily. Who knows the way I feel about Iva?
Huh?
I may end up on Sister Ellie's side.
Hi. Hi, Dad.
Josh, you're just in time for a little breakfast.
Well, I guess I'll be getting along.
Cal, you haven't finished your meal. Stay and finish.
Well, thanks anyway, Emma, but I kind of get the feeling that I'm not welcome around here anymore.
Josh, say something.
My feelings haven't changed since last night.
Well, I'm real sorry to hear that. Then I was never a man to keep on pumping a dry well.
Just what in the hell is that supposed to mean?
Just simmer down. You don't want to ruin Emma's nice breakfast. That was just my way of saying that I'm damn sorry that my only son can't find it in his heart to forgive his father's past mistakes the way he expects everybody else to forgive his. Now, I talked more last night than I've talked in years. I might as well have been talking to a post. So the only thing I can think to say now is goodbye.
As the world turns. This portion brought to you today by Ritz Bits Crackers. They're every bit as good as a Ritz.
Ritz Bits Crackers.
Hey, mini Ritzes, unbelievable.
Delicious. 3 sizes.
Why are there 3 sizes?
They did it for fun.
Small.
Smaller?
Very, very tiny.
I need bigger hands. Buttery.
Totally portable.
Ritz Bits, every bit as good as a Ritz.
Who's responsible for this, huh?
Oh. Hey, McElroy. I thought you were from Illinois.
I am.
Only guys from Kentucky do that with their shredded wheat.
I've been doing this since I was a kid.
Here's how we do it in Brooklyn. First, we break them in half, and then we mash them to a pulp. Add some milk, maybe a little fruit garnish.
Nabisco shredded wheat is great no matter how you eat it because it's nutritious whole wheat with no added sugar or salt.
What do the guys from California do?
They float them.
This holiday, oh no, save an arm and a leg with Pam. Pam No-Stick Cooking Spray makes baking a whole lot easier. Pam, because how you cook is as important as what you cook.
Here at the corner of Albany and Constitution on Contra...
You need a V8.
One delicious glass of V8 juice provides a serving of vegetables, which is an important part of a balanced diet.
Drink your V8, will you, Frank?
Drink V8. Keep your diet straight.
Well, I guess I got enough egg on my face for one day. Excuse me.
Josh, you can't just let your father walk out.
Don't call him that.
You can't deny it any more than I could when I found out about you and Iva. Cal, wait.
I'm sorry. If I'd known he was here, I wouldn't have come.
No, you're not coming wouldn't have changed anything. You would have only postponed it.
Look, Josh, you're probably not going to like what I have to say, but I got to tell you, last night I really felt sorry for Cal, and again this morning. I mean, here's a man who's had a rough life his whole life, and then he turns it around, becomes an important man, has got a successful business, and all he wants to do is try to get to know
Caleb,
you.
he's not an important man to me. He's just a guy who turned his back on me and my mom.
Josh,
That's all.
just give him a break. That's all I'm saying.
Listen, stay out of this. It's between Josh and his father.
It's not just between Josh and his father. Lily's a big part of this. Now, like it or not, the man is Lily's grandfather. Think about it.
You didn't get any sleep at all last night, did you?
Didn't even try.
Why'd you have some breakfast? I'll make you some. You'll feel better after you eat.
One good thing came out of it all, at least. I got to meet my beautiful granddaughter.
Meant a lot to me, too.
You know, Josh is a very lucky guy to have you and Meg.
I hope you'll keep in touch, please.
You bet your bottom dollar. Now, Lucinda's got my numbers. She's got my phone number and my address, and Craig's got them, so does Kurt. So you call me, or you write me anytime you feel like it, you hear? And I'll do the same thing. And if Josh shows any signs of coming around, you let me know right away, won't you?
I will. Absolutely.
You know, it's kind of tough on an old guy to find his only son and lose him at the same time.
I'm sorry things turned out the way they did. I really am.
Oh, well. Nothing you could have done about it, honey. I'll see you again real soon, that's a promise. Caleb?
Cal?
Nice to meet you, boy.
Likewise.
You take real good care of my granddaughter, you hear me?
I intend to.
Adios.
Take care.
So why don't you get a cup of coffee and join us?
Well, I wouldn't want to barge in on you guys.
Oh, no problem whatsoever.
Craig, why don't you sit with Mom and me? We're just gonna have some coffee. We can talk about business.
Oh, come on, Emily. He's got so much business to tend to at the office. Listen, if you sit with us, I will give you a piece of information about my family that will blow your mind.
Now that sounds like an offer I can't refuse. I'll catch you at the office later.
Oh, look at that.
What?
Look at Emily's. Ooh, looks like Ellie won the round. I think I'll bet on Ellie next
Crying
time.
out loud, you turn everything into a contest.
Yes, darling. Life is a contest, and I love it. I love to watch the players. I love to act in it. You know, I may have lost the little contest last night with Cal Strickland, but I haven't lost Strickco Oil.
Do me a favor.
What?
Don't use Lily to land this account, okay?
John.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, John.
Oh,
John.
Hello.
Hi. Hey, how are you?
Don't get up, don't get up. Is this a private party?
No. Sit down. Ellie's about to give us some mind-boggling news. And go ahead. Come on, what is it? What gives?
Guess who turned out to be Josh's long-lost father?
Haven't the foggiest.
Cal Strickland.
You're serious, Cal?
Yes.
Yes, darling. Let me see your face. It's in the family. I've got him in the bag.
Oh, I wouldn't bet on that, darling.
No?
No?
I don't know, Mrs. Dixon. He may be right. I mean, you've never been fond of Josh, and you haven't kept it a secret. And with Cal wanting to make up for lost time and get to know him, Josh is going to have a big influence on who his dad goes with.
You take the words right out of my mouth, Ellie.
The one
That was my partner, the law office in San Francisco.
Well, good. Now that you're finished with that, why don't you and Duncan go downstairs and watch me make the biggest omelet in the world?
Wouldn't miss it.
I was here last night when Shannon tried to reach you at the Lakeview Towers, Coleman. They said you weren't registered.
He explained all that to me earlier. He had to move to the Spencer Hotel because when he went to the Towers, they were overbooked last night.
Yeah, they warned me that could happen.
And the stupid operator didn't even ask if there was a forwarding number.
Now, shall we go downstairs and join the others?
Yeah, come on.
I would like a word with Shannon, alone first, if you
I'll
don't
see
mind.
you both down there. Right?
Okay.
Coleman's up to something.
You're right. He's up to helping Lisa through a tough time. And he's been very kind and very unselfish, and he hasn't asked anything in return. I know that's hard for you to believe, but it's true. What do you do? Who are you calling?
Lakeview Towers, to see if there are any rooms available or not.
McKechnie, just because you always have dark ulterior motives doesn't mean everyone in the world does.
Shannon, don't you think it's a bit odd that he was talking to his lawyer in San Francisco when it's barely 7:30 in the morning there? Hello? Reservations, please. Hello, I'd like to know if you have any rooms available for this evening. I see. No, that's all right. I'll call back later. Thank you. There are several rooms available in all price ranges.
Once you hear it, you gotta get near it. There's a whole lot of nothing going on. You want a snack? You gotta get that pack. There's a whole lot of nothing going on.
Incredibly delicious and so full of energy, Planters nuts are one irresistible snack.
Once you hear it, you gotta get near it. There's a whole lot of nothing going on. Planters.
Fisher-Price presents a playhouse that's perfect for the den, the living room, the bedroom, and even the closet. The Fisher-Price pop-up playhouse.
Fisher-Price trike. It's got everything. An ignition key, adjustable seat, and it's real fun to ride. Nothing can beat my Fisher-Price trike, except Katie on hers.
Give your kids a sturdy trike from Fisher-Price.
There's only one Mary Tyler Moore.
Welcome to the wacky world of puberty.
And she's gonna make your night. Annie McGuire, tonight.
It's an invitation, not a subpoena.
They're buttons. Oh, that's too cute. Hank, a business proposition for you. What would you say to designing Simply Barber for me under my name? Now, I think it's a great idea. I really do. Who else besides you knows my style as well as you do? And I promise you'll make it worth your while.
Well, it's not that I'm not grateful for the opportunity, but I mean, come on, how much money can I spend?
Meaning what?
Charles and I had a long talk last night about starting the new year off on the right foot. Now, as you know, I've missed a few weekends in New York, so the last thing I want to do is tie myself down here even more. Now, I'll be glad to help you out with Simply Barber as much as I can, but I really don't want the whole responsibility myself.
Fine, fine, then we'll do it together, okay?
Look, can I give you a little advice straight from the hip?
Sure, shoot.
Look, I still am not sure why you agreed to work with Lucinda, but I don't want to see you miss out on any of the happiness you and Hal deserve. Now, Paul is in college, and when he's out, he'll even be more independent, so these are really the last years you're going to have him with you. And I know how much Hal wants a child, but a child needs a lot of attention and love, and, well, where are you going to find time for all this?
Well, I'll just make time.
Look, why don't you call Lucinda and tell her that you changed your mind?
No, I can't.
Why not?
Because I gave her my word, that's why. I'm sorry, I don't mean to snap at you. I am just tired, I am crabby, I miss my husband. And the last person I should be taking it out on you. I don't know what I'd do without you, I'm sorry.
Well, maybe I stepped over the line a little bit. It's just that I love you, and I don't want to see you miss out on any of the important things in life.
So, Elliot, this thing about your being gay was just a big smoke screen to keep me from finding out you got a thing from my wife? Huh?
Oh, where have you been? When did you get into town?
I just got back about a half hour ago. I came straight from the airport. Lord, I missed you.
I missed you, too. Any word on James?
Nothing really, I'm afraid. I think the theory is that after he killed DeVries, he realized the heat was on, so he left the Dark Continent in a big hurry.
Great, so that means he can turn up anywhere.
Did you hear about what happened with Shannon in the castle?
No, you mean about Lilith attacking her? Yeah, Roy told me when we spoke on the phone last night. Talk about a close call, huh? And nobody seems to know where Lilith disappeared to.
You know, could we just not talk about Lilith or James or any other murderers at large? Just hold me, okay?
I'll settle for that.
I'm so glad you're home.
Hey, Hal! Hey, guy.
It's good to have you back.
It's good to be back. I guess that Leanna's in school, otherwise she'd be with you, right?
Right.
Figured that out all by myself. Hey, I'm glad you two stayed at Tom and Margot's while I was gone.
Any word on my dad yet, Hal?
Afraid not, Ace. Nothing yet, but we're working on it.
Sure, hold on a second. Hal, it's for you, Margot.
Oh, Margot? How did you know that I was back? Wait, I withdraw the question. Pretty stupid one to be asking the best detective in the business.
Well, it didn't have to be much of a detective after Roy told me that you were leaving Johannesburg last night. All I did was call O'Hare Airport and find out what time the connecting flight to Oakdale was. And bingo! I figured you'd go right straight to Barbara's loft.
Bullseye, right on every count. Give the lady a big cigar.
How are you feeling?
Well, to tell you the truth, I'm kind of burned out. It was a really long flight, and I didn't get a whole lot of sleep while I was in Africa.
Yeah, I'll bet. Any news on Earl?
No, nothing since we found his trench coat and the passport. You tell Lisa about that?
No. As a matter of fact, Tom and I are having breakfast with Lisa right now, and then I'm on my way back to Adam.
Great. Then I'll catch up to you later on. Hey, lots to tell you.
Can't wait. Bye-bye.
Did Hal have any news about Earl?
No, I'm afraid he didn't, Lisa.
Boy, I sure would like to meet this guy. I'd find out what he dug up in South Africa.
Always the news hound, eh, Mr. Harrington?
I'm sure Earl would be the same way. I've worked too long on this story to...
Lisa, our
Forget
chef
about
will
it.
be very happy to know that the kitchen is sparkling clean, just like you left it last night. Not a wire whisk out of place.
I was amazed at how well you work yourself around that enormous kitchen.
Well, if the truth be known, I used to date a French chef. We used to play around his kitchen on recipes, and it wasn't very romantic, but it was very educational.
For a girl from South Philly, sure to get around.
Oh, it turns out that Glenn and I grew up only a few blocks away from each other. In fact, my brothers went to the same Catholic boys' school that he did.
Yeah.
Isn't that amazing? How long will you be in Oakdale, Mr. Harrington?
Well, I'm not sure at this point. With all of Stenbeck's connections here, there's a good chance he might come back. So, I'll probably just stick around and see what turns up.
I hope you will.
Oh, I hope so, too, because having you here is like a connection to Earl. And knowing that you got here from Egypt alive makes me hope the same thing will happen to Earl.
At least I'm sure Mr. Harrington can't stay in Oakdale indefinitely. He must have an obligation to his newspaper.
My first obligations are to Mrs. Mitchell and Shannon. I'm sure if the tables were turned, Earl would do the same for me.
Put the power of an upright in the palm of your hand with the Royal Dirt Devil. It has a revolving brush, and it can handle all kinds of dirt. Pick up the handheld vac that really picks up. Dirt Devil by Royal.
Now there are 2 new reasons why you should try extra sugar-free gum. New Extra Winter Fresh, new Extra Cinnamon, with refreshing flavor you'll enjoy an extra, extra, extra long time. Try them soon.
New MJB microwave rice is so fast, you'll have to find something else to do with the time you save. Introducing MJB Microwave Premium Rice. Hot, irresistible rice side dishes from your microwave in about 5 minutes.
Kearns invites you to...
Drink a mango anywhere you go. Drink a bite of Kearns Nectar.
Kearns Nectars have so much whole fruit goodness, it's like drinking a bite of fruit.
Drink a bite of Kearns Nectar.
The dentist said no apples, honey.
The forbidden fruit, tinsel teeth.
James, I knew what Annie needed. A homemade apple pie. With Crisco's flaky crust, I'd help her forget her braces. Annie, I've got some apples for you.
Thanks, Mom.
Nothing beats the smile that greets your Crisco home cooking.
Was this the first late-night talk show? The first host? The first live band? Scientists can't be sure, but at least they know what the next late-night talk show will be like.
Hi, I'm Pat Sajak. Join me starting January 9th.
Make a break for the Pat Sajak Show, late nights on CBS.
Thank you so much, Emma.
Word with you?
Certainly.
All right,
Yeah.
darling,
Yeah.
call me.
Yes,
Call me later.
yeah, absolutely.
Excuse me, duty
Please,
calls.
please.
What's up?
Okay. While you've been chinning with Miss Ellie, I have been working. I've been trying to track down Cal Strickland. I tried his dreadful motel. He's not there. I called the farm. He was there, and he's left again. I've left messages.
Look, what more can we do? We made our pitch. He's got to decide now, Lucinda.
It occurs to me that perhaps I should try to let him know about... I'm aware of the family connection and Lily and grandfather, and let him work for her.
By signing with Walsh.
Exactly. Now, I have an important meeting, and then I'll see you in the office in 1 hour, all right? Let's synchronize our watches. If you can tear yourself away from Ellie.
Try my best.
Change.
It's just mind-blowing about Cal. I guess I understand why he accepted all his invitations out to the farm.
Yeah, obviously. He wanted to check Josh out before letting him know he was the sole heir to Strickco Oil.
Yeah, well, some people just fall into it, don't they?
I'm waiting for my chance, only I'm not gonna fall. I'm gonna jump.
I think it's wonderful that you're keeping the job open for Ivan.
Well, I've got Kurt to thank for that.
Any plans to celebrate?
No. Why?
Well, I was wondering if maybe, you know, just you and me go to Mona Lisa tonight, champagne, caviar, it works.
That would be great. Yes, I would love that. Accept.
Wonderful.
Surprise.
I'll stop by the lab later.
Wait.
What?
Did you hear the news? No. Meg and Rod are going to get married as soon as Meg's divorce from Tonio is final. Isn't that lovely?
That's old stuff. You live around Lucinda long enough, you get all the news before it even happens. Have you heard this one?
What?
Cal Strickland is Josh's real father.
What?
I knew you hadn't heard that, right? You see, you learn something every day.
I don't believe it.
Wow.
That means that Rod is some kind of millionaire?
I guess so. And that, you know what that means? That means that Meg doesn't have to worry again. She's better off with Rod than she was with Tonio.
Those Snyder women, they have all the luck.
You know, I would love to know what that Ellie story is. What do you mean? Come on. What woman in her right mind would leave Chicago, a great job, to come here and take over Iva's old position? No way. That girl's running from something, and I am gonna find out what it is.
Lily, can I talk to you for a second? Look, I know we ran into a little bump last night when I sided with Lucinda. I don't want that to get in the way of us having a great Christmas, okay?
Maybe I'm a little hypersensitive when it comes to seeing people put money before feelings. I've heard you joke and talk about money lately, especially since Ellie got here.
Well, maybe I joke about it because I've never had any, and I'm scared I may never have any. Why is that such a big deal to you?
Maybe because I do have it, and I'm afraid that's what people are going to see first.
Lily, I get the feeling that you're still judging me from what I told you about Angel.
I tried not to. I really did, and I was grateful for your honesty, but yes, maybe that's still nagging away at the back of my mind.
Lily, look, I know that I used Angel, but that has nothing to do with my feelings for you. I would love you just as much as if you were as poor as I am.
It's a beautiful winter morning, but I don't think you've even noticed.
What?
Hello? It's me, remember? This is the woman that you said you loved a few weeks ago in Kansas. Hey, I want to spend the rest of my life with you. I think we got a good chance at it. As long as you don't let all of this make you lose sight of how lucky we were to find one another.
No, I haven't. I just...
What? Look, I know I'm not going through the shock you are. But I want you back. I want the happiness that we found when I came to LA to tell you I loved you and I left Tonio. Is that too much to ask?
Well, thank you for coming by, Mr. Strickland.
Mr. Reyes, I always try to be very open and above board in my business dealings.
Well, so do I. That's my first rule of business.
Well, good. Then you'll understand when I say you're out of the running for handling Strico oil.
I see. Well, I hope you're not making a hasty decision.
I don't think so. I don't think it would have worked with us.
I think we would have worked very well together.
Well, I'm afraid I disagree. For one thing, I think personal feelings would have gotten in the way of business.
And why is that?
Because the woman who's divorcing you is in love with my son and planning to marry him.
Excuse me, Mr. Reyes. Lucinda Dixon's here, and she's demanding to see you.
With arthritis, there's pain. And then there's pain. For relief, there's aspirin. And then there's Anacin. The Anacin aspirin formula has more medicine than regular aspirin.
That's not relief. That's relief.
Anacin.
A cheese riddle.
Hey, Mom, what do you get when you add melted cheddar cheese to ordinary broccoli? Oohs and ahs. Yes, cheese makes it taste better. So don't forget the cheese.
Come on, Sparky. Look at this. You still look sad.
The only one with the unexpected twist of Lyman. Hopes your holiday has a little unexpected smile.
Once you hear it, you gotta get near it. There's a whole lot of nothing going on. You want a snack? You gotta get that pack. There's a whole lot of nothing going on.
Incredibly delicious and so full of energy, Planters nuts are one irresistible snack.
Once you hear it, you gotta get near it. There's a whole lot of nothing going on. Planters.
We'll continue with part 2 of As the World Turns in just a moment.
Be tempted by the bold and the beautiful.
For Brooke Logan,
I'm the kind of woman who can never get enough of her man.
the way to a man's heart
I've got plans for you, Forrester.
is through his fantasies. Weekdays.
This is CBS.
At Albertsons, we're always thinking of ways to save you money. This week is no exception.
Albertsons will always save you money. Like Baker's chocolate-flavored baking chips, only 97 cents. Schilling chicken sauce blends, just 89 cents per envelope. Apple Grape or Natural Apple Seneca frozen juices are just 68 cents each. Budget Gourmet regular frozen entrees, just $1.49. And 6-pack 12-ounce cans of Coca-Cola products, just $1.98 each.
Albertsons. We think like you do.
What are you doing with that towel?
I'm drying off. Why?
You're getting it wet.
Oh, we wouldn't want to get a towel wet now, would we?
Not when I got them at Mervin's for your family.
Well, how come we don't have towels this nice?
No one's ever given us any.
Why don't we go to Mervin's and get our own?
Why don't you give me that towel?
What are you going to do with it now? Oh!
Embellished bath towels this week only $11.99 at Mervin's, a holiday tradition.
Honey, where's the pink one?
Fundraiser to purchase supplies and equipment. The fund begins at 7 p.m. Friday, December 16th at St. Mary's Catholic Church. You're tuned to KIMA TV, Channel 29, Yakima.
And now, part 2 of As the World Turns.
Cynthia, would you please ask Mrs. Dixon to wait just a few more moments, all right?
I'll try.
Thank you. You are Rod Landry's father?
That's right. And since your wife is leaving you and marrying him, I think that'd tend to compromise our business relationship, don't you think? So I'll just say thanks, but no thanks.
Antonio, darling, your reception area is magnificent, but I'm not... Hello.
Well, it's nice to see you again, Mrs. Dixon.
Mrs. Dixon? No, it's Lucinda. I've heard. I've heard the news. My Lily. You're her grandfather. What does that make me?
Well, I wasn't sure you'd be so happy about it.
Why? Why would you say that?
Well, I've heard there's no love lost between you and Josh.
Oh, heavens. Whatever you've heard, that's been grossly exaggerated. I gave that guy his first job here in town when people wouldn't talk to him. No one...
Listen, I think I'm taking up too much of Mr. Reyes's time, so why don't you and I talk a little bit later? Huh?
Let's do that.
All right.
Goodbye.
Darling, I meant what I said about your office. This is incredible. It's wonderful.
That was a good try, Lucinda, but I don't think Mr. Strickland believed your attempt at pretending you were fond of Rod.
I don't feel guilty about interrupting your meeting, darling, because I assumed that he was here to tell you you're out of the running.
Well, that's none of your business, is it? Would you like to sit down?
Yes, I would, actually. Thank you.
Now, why are you here?
I'm here to clear up something. You've been telling everybody all over town that this magnificence is being bankrolled by an old, loyal friend of yours from Montega.
Yes, that's true.
I find that inconceivable.
And why is that?
Because, repeatedly, you have told me, Antonio, when I have wanted information about my daughter, you have told me that you cannot get through to anyone in Montega. You couldn't even get... You couldn't communicate, so how can you get this kind of cash flow? I mean, I've had the same tired story from you every time.
Look, Lucinda, it's not a story. Recently, there has been a slight breakthrough, and although it's dangerous, some of my friends have been able to contact me. It's very dangerous and expensive for them to find someone willing to smuggle money or information out of the country.
Antonio, I know you love money. Have you ever really tried to get information about Sierra?
I've considered it, but it would put my friends' lives at extreme risk.
I'm going to level with you. I have exhausted my friends in Washington. I need to know. I need information, and I'm deeply unsatisfied. I want you to put me in touch with your friend, your loyal friend from Montega. I will pay, all right? I will pay whatever the asking price is. Am I making myself clear to you?
Barbara, why didn't you tell me about this before?
Because you were out of town and I didn't want to worry you.
You say that the elevator went back on, but the lights didn't?
Yes.
Yeah, that's what was so weird. We checked the box downstairs, and somebody had thrown the main switch and then left the lights off and then reactivated the elevator.
What about when you got off the elevator? Did you see anybody?
Well, Jerry Parker was on the landing, and then Grant Coleman came a few seconds later.
I'm sure it wasn't an accident. I know Jerry sent print men over to check the box for fingerprints, but obviously they didn't find anything because nobody got back to us.
I'm just glad Paul was there with me, because the last time it happened, I was alone, and that wasn't much fun.
Hal, I don't know if you know this or not, but I got 2 calls from my dad while you were away. I told Mom, and also I told Tom.
Yeah, Roy told me. Listen, Paul, I know that you've got to feel torn about this, but if he calls again, you've got to let us know, okay? See if you can't draw your father out a little. Find out where he is, what he's up to. Can you do that?
I just hope he never calls back. I'm really beginning to believe that I don't have to love him just because he's my father.
Well, I know that's hard to accept, but you know that's true. You know that I want to be a real father to you, don't you, Paul?
Sure.
Honey, what's wrong?
Nothing. Nothing's wrong.
Paul, did James say anything about me that maybe you didn't tell your mother or Tom? What?
I don't know if I should tell you, Hal.
Don't you think I've got a right to know?
Yeah. He asked me how well I got along with you. And when I told him that we got along great, and that I'd never seen Mom so happy, he said that you could never take his place with me. That if you ever tried or made any attempt to adopt me, that he'd
kill me, right?
Folks, for dentures that feel fresh as a morning breeze, try my Mint Fresh Polident. It's got a minty mouthwash ingredient, so it freshens up dentures as it cleans tough stains. Try Super Strength Polident Green, the mouth freshening clean. Ah.
By the sea, by the sea, by the beautiful sea.
Fancy Feast introduces 2 new light and flaky fish flavors. Ocean Delight Feast and Feast of the Sea with shrimp.
Oh, how happy we'll be.
Fancy Feast, good taste is easy to recognize.
I'm Saul Fessman, president of Queen City Home Healthcare. I'd like to tell you about a medical product that is very effective and may be at no cost to you. This is the seat lift chair that is also a recliner. It is being used by thousands of people who suffer from severe arthritis as a form of treatment in their homes. Best of all, if you qualify, you could receive this chair at no cost. Here's how. You must have a qualifying condition such as severe arthritis or other diseases which makes the chair a medically necessary treatment. You must be enrolled in Medicare Part B and have a Medicare coinsurance policy which covers the Medicare deductible and copayment. Many people suffer from arthritis and cannot get up from a seated position. This chair will give them the freedom to get around and help them avoid falls and injuries. So if you're a Medicare recipient and you meet the previous conditions, then you can get this recline and lift chair delivered to your door at no cost. Call 1-800-950-9500 toll free. 1-800-950-9500.
Listen, I better get the cows in before that snow drifts to the barn doors, okay?
I'll give you a hand with the milking.
No, that's okay. I can handle it.
No, I'd like to. A little old-fashioned work would help clear the head.
Suit yourself. You know where to find me.
Okay.
Josh, I really hate to butt in on your problems with Cal, but I really feel that I have to say something.
Be my guest. I'm so mixed up, I'm not thinking clearly anyway.
I disapprove of the way he walked in here last night and dropped that bombshell. But, you know, I've tried to put myself in his shoes. And, for the life of me, I can't think of a way in which I would have handled this. I really can't judge him.
Listen, I'm not judging him on last night. I'm judging him on all the years in between.
Even after you heard about that sergeant that he hit and was put in the army prison,
Yeah, even after I heard all that.
I really think it's a case of trying to absorb too much at once. I mean, my head is spinning. I can't imagine what you must be going through. But I think in his own gruff way, Cal is trying to be sincere.
I agree. And another thing, Josh, you know, when you and Meg walked in here and told me how you felt about each other, I could have been very, very upset, but I wasn't. You know, you had to know that I would have very mixed feelings about this after all we've been through. But I saw how happy Meg was, and I tempered my reservations. And I'm trying to give you an honest chance. I feel that everybody deserves that.
And I appreciate it.
Then why can't you give your father the benefit of a doubt? I mean, even if it's just long enough to get to know him a little better. Maybe after you do, you won't like him. But at least, Josh, you would have given him a chance.
Mama's right. And I think Aunt Elizabeth would have wanted you to meet Cal halfway.
Wait, I'm still not convinced. His last meeting with my mother is the way he pictured it. My God, it must have torn her apart. I still say it brought on her heart attack.
Josh, I was here with him last night after you left. And I saw how hard he took your mother's death. I mean, I honestly believe that through all the years, I believe that he really loved your mother. And I think the only reason that he didn't come after he got out of that army prison was because he sincerely thought that she was happy with Henry, and that by looking the two of you up, he would have ruined your lives.
I'm sorry, but I don't buy that.
Well, that's too bad.
Yeah.
It's too bad because after losing your mother, I mean, you know how suddenly things can change, and you might not get a second chance with Cal. And tried as it may sound, life is very, very, very short and is full of regrets. And I'd hate to see you have any that you could have avoided.
Thank you. I'm gonna help Caleb out.
Thank you, Mama.
I don't think I made any sense.
He made a lot of sense. I don't think Josh and I can really be happy until he solves this stuff with his father.
That's why I stuck my nose in when I told everyone else to stay out of it.
Well, I'm glad you did. But I'm scared, Mama. I'm scared I'm gonna lose this warm, gentle side of the man that I love so much. And the bitterness and the anger almost reminds me of...
Excuse me. Bea? Hello? Yes, hang on. It's Tonio for you.
Of all the leading mouthwashes, only Colgate helps stop ugly tartar before it starts. Colgate, the minty fresh way to a cleaner mouth. Colgate Tartar Control mouthwash. Keep your mouth tartar control clean.
cologne for men from Prince Machiavelli.
Butterball made Thanksgiving delicious. So for the holidays, enjoy another deep-basted Butterball turkey. Every slice is juicy.
It's very juicy. It's a Butterball.
Fresh or frozen, it's been the perfect holiday recipe for over 30 years.
Jiffy Pop popcorn is fresh popped popcorn.
Only Jiffy Pop microwave popcorn comes right in its own popping bowl to seal in freshness for light, fluffy popcorn every time.
Jiffy Pop popcorn's fresh.
The gift wrappings of Hallmark. Hundreds of ways to let you create a look that's you and only you. Gift wrappings that make presents look special. That say, this is from me to you, with love. Gift wrappings you can find only at Hallmark, where there's more to Christmas than ever before.
What do you want?
I still haven't received that document from you and Jessica dissolving our prenuptial agreements.
Ah, well, I've had a lot on my mind lately. I'll see Jessica today and make sure she gets it to your lawyer.
Good. Anyway, you won't need any of my money now that you've discovered that Rod's father is such a wealthy man.
It doesn't make any difference to me, although I'm sure you would never understand that.
Well, I know you too well to believe it makes no difference.
Look, I love Josh. I couldn't possibly love him any more than I already do.
Mm-hmm. Easy to say.
Is that all you wanted?
Yes, and I'd appreciate having that document by tomorrow, all right?
Well, you'll have it. Although I don't understand why it's so important to you, since James Stenbeck is giving you so much money. Goodbye, Tonio.
Excuse me, Mr. Reyes. Your attorney, Mr. Greer, is here to see you.
All right, send him in, Cynthia.
Please come in, Mr. Greer.
Thank you, Cynthia. Hello, Fred. Tonio, have a seat. I just spoke with Meg. She promises to have that document back to you later today.
Fine, but that's not why I'm here. I wanted to discuss those cash flow problems I alerted you to earlier. We really need to take some sort of action, and soon.
Yes, but the business is doing well.
True, but there's a lot of money going out that your billings can't cover right away. So I think you'd better contact your backers and tell them you need a second investment.
No, I can't do that, Fred.
Why not? They've got to know that with all your important new clients, the money will be there to cover it. The problem's just a temporary one.
Yes, I understand that, but I may have stumbled onto a way to get some immediate cash without ever having to pay it back.
That's a neat trick if you can pull it off.
Yes, well, I just lost the Strickco oil account, and that was disappointing. But an intriguing possibility has fallen into my lap, and Lucinda Dixon, of all people, is the one who dropped it there.
I don't trust Tonio Reyes any more than you do, but it's a chance. It's Sierra. It's Sierra. If there's any hope at all of getting information out of
Lucinda,
Montega...
I would give anything to find out whether or not Sierra was alive. But giving money to Tonio Reyes is something I'm not prepared to do right now.
Forget about it, then. I'll take care of that.
How much is this going to cost?
I don't know. I said I would pay and anything at all, and he said it's obviously it's going to be expensive because it's friends, it's danger.
Yeah, frankly, I find it very difficult to believe that he has any friends.
All right, I agree with you. But it's a possibility, and for me, it's a rebirth. I mean, come on. And I'm not letting John in on this because he's so negative. Now, you keep this under your hat.
All right. Get in touch with me after you've talked to Tony, okay?
Baby, I know what Sierra meant to you. And I know that she's the only woman for you. And if there's any woman in the world that would know, it would be me. And I want her back. I need her. You know, I need someone who wants me and who loves me, and any chance is worth it, all right?
I just wish that Tonio didn't have to be the middleman on this.
Well, I'm jumping at anything. Cal, Strickland get in touch with you?
I thought you had him in the bag.
I do, baby, I do.
Mm-hmm.
But you know me. I'm just curious. Oh. All right. Oops. Let me get my specs. Back to work.
Yeah.
Emily? Hi, Lucinda. What does she want?
It's a personal visit.
Oh, listen, you know, the other night we were supposed to have dinner alone, and we ended up going with Cal
No, I'm
Strickland.
sorry, and I promise you I will make
It's
it.
okay. I have an idea, though. I thought maybe... Well, look, I haven't cooked for a long time, and there's that new gourmet market right near me, so I figured if I picked up a few steaks and a couple of things, I could cook at my apartment. Would that be nice?
Great, actually. The hitch is I already asked Ellie out to dinner at the Mona Lisa to celebrate her new child.
Why do I get the feeling I'm going to lose you as a full-time mother and wife around here right after the new year?
What, do you have a crystal ball? I don't know.
No. I know you pretty well. I watch you talking with Hal on the phone. I can tell you're chomping at the bit to get back to work.
I wouldn't mind being a detective, a wife, and a mother if I didn't feel like I'd be shortchanging you, Leanne, and Adam.
You think working with Hal on a day-to-day basis is going to make the Adam situation any worse?
No, I don't think it will. No, the Stenbeck case is really heated up right now, you know, and Earl's disappearance is obviously tied into it. I just really want to be there for the grand finale. I really do. I just think James Stenbeck's 9 lives have got to be over.
You know, this Harrington guy could be very useful. He seems to be privy to a lot of data on Stenbeck the last year, but...
What is it? What are you thinking?
Nothing. It's silly. I just can't get over Grant's suspicion of Earl, even though I know in my heart it's ludicrous.
Oh, Tom, if Grant had any idea of Earl's job at Interpol, I mean, his suspicions would go right out the window.
You know, I never thought of my mom as a wealthy woman, but she is. I guess that set her up for any fortune hunter. It's always just going to worry me from now on. Hey, hi. Come on, quick.
Hey, how did you possibly tear yourself away from Barbara?
No, I didn't have to. She and Hank had a meeting with Lucinda. The place looks great. You know, I still can't figure out what sort of blackmail Lucinda was using against Barbara to make her design for a company that 3 weeks ago she wished would have gone down the tubes. But...
I better get you a beer.
Thanks, I could use a beer. Tom, how's your mother?
Oh, she's, okay. We haven't told her about Earl's trench coat or the passport.
Yeah, speaking of which, I just got a very strange report from the authorities that I worked with over in South Africa. Thank you. Turns out that the blood that they found on Earl's coat wasn't human blood at all. It was some sort of animals.
An animals?
Yeah, I know. It's crazy. Who would have gone to that kind of trouble to make it look like Earl was wounded? Or worse.
The High Pro Glow. It's more than just a shiny coat. It's the clear, bright eyes that come from your dog getting the complete nutrition in high-protein Purina High Pro. It really can help make a difference. The High Pro Glow. It's more than just a shiny coat. It's the strong, healthy muscle tone that's helped by your dog getting the complete nutrition in high-protein Purina High Pro. It really can help make a difference.
Presenting the Star Stage.
The time is right, don't look far. You can be a rock and roll star.
With a real mic and flashing lights.
It doesn't take much for you to play.
Even echo sounds.
Rock and roll is here to stay.
The Star Stage from Fisher-Price. Batteries not included.
If you're up to here with thick, liquid fiber laxatives, ask your doctor or pharmacist about FiberCon. Get all the natural action of fiber to help you be regular in easy-to-swallow tablets. FiberCon. Your choice is clear.
Embrace me, my sweet embrace of you. My sweet embrace of you.
Taboo. An embrace that lives forever in a fragrance.
Taboo.
Jessica Griffin, please.
This test.
Duncan McKechnie. Hi, Jessica. Listen, I need your advice. Well, I know something about Shannon's uncle Earl that I've never shared with her. And I think it's important that she know at this point. Well, if she finds out that I've known all along, it may destroy the fragile trust that I've tried to rebuild between us. Good. Thanks. I'll see you soon. I have an appointment. I have to go.
I'll walk you to the door.
Listen, will you be around for an hour or so?
Well, I was thinking about going to the hospital and checking my arm.
Oh, well, in that case, I'll break my appointment and take you myself.
It's not necessary. I can get there by myself.
All right. Bye, Lisa.
Bye-bye.
Where are you guys going this afternoon?
Oh, I am going to show Grant around all my enterprises.
I thought you did that on the first day that he was here.
Well, no, I never tire of seeing what my extremely talented ex-wife is taken care of.
Well, there's a method to my madness, Shannon. I hope to convince Grant to help me out and take over the finances in my businesses. I need just one person to be in control of everything, and Tom doesn't have time. And I thought, well, who better than a fine lawyer and someone handsome and someone I adore and certainly trust.
You know, if I do all that, I'll have to give up my law practice.
Oh, you will not. Don't be silly. We'll see you later. Goodbye, Glenn. See you soon.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. Have a good time. Oh, boy. Well, sit down. I don't know, though, about all this talk about my Uncle Earl, Glenn. It makes me feel like I don't know him at all. None of it's been clear since about a year ago when he took off to get the story on James Stenbeck's capture.
I think maybe it's time I was completely honest with you.
Oh, sweetheart, I'm just tickled you're going to take over Iva's job while she's away. We'll talk all about it at dinner, okay?
I won't be home for dinner, Mama. Craig's taking me to the Mona Lisa to celebrate, but I am going to come home and change.
Oh, fine. I'll see you then. Bye-bye.
Oh,
you look pretty.
Thank you.
Guess what? Ellie just called, and she's going to be taking over Iva's job while she's away. Isn't that wonderful?
Yeah, that's great. I've got to go into town to see Jessica Griffin.
All right.
While I was getting dressed, I was thinking, if Josh doesn't come around about Cal, I thought maybe I'd go to his motel room and talk to Cal. You know, just have him stay just a little while longer, just to talk to Cal.
I really think that's a very bad idea. I think that could really upset Josh.
This guy is no slouch with farming. You should see him milk those cows one-handed. I didn't spend my whole life on a farm without learning something.
Caleb, you have to look after that snowplow.
Yeah, Mama. How come you're so dressed up?
I'm going into town. I got to see Jessica Griffin about those papers I promised to sign for Tony. He's getting a little antsy about them.
You know, I hate the thought of you even talking to him.
Well, after today, I won't have to. Did you think any more about your father?
When I was out in the barn, I hardly thought of anything else.
And?
And at this point, I'm going to leave things stand where they are. Just forget I ever met a man named Cal Strickland.
I had some time between my classes. I figured I'd come over and say hello. I'm not interrupting your meeting, am I? No, no. As a matter of fact, we just finished.
Good. Yes, we have, actually. Barbara, I'm thrilled. It's wonderful. The sketches are great, and it's going to work. It's all going to work.
Yeah.
Yes, Jane? Oh, good. Send him right in. Cal Strickland. Hey, baby. Oh, yes, your grandfather. Your grandfather's here.
Oh.
Hey, Cal. Good to see you again. Hope this means you're here to sign with Walsh.
I'm afraid not. It means I'm here to say goodbye to all of you.
When I bite into a York peppermint patty, I get the sensation of cold, crisp mountain air against my face as I race towards liftoff in the whole world championship ski jump.
York Peppermint Patty. Get the sensation of York's dark, rich chocolate covering a cool, crisp mint center.
And the crowd roars as he executes a faultless landing.
Lovely, Arthur. You win a silver.
Get the York sensation.
That pink two-wheeler, please, for this Toys R Us kid. If I could only have it, there'd be so much I could do. Go shopping for Mom, mail letters for Dad. A paper route would be so cool, I'd follow every traffic rule. And then a big race, I bet I could win. Oh, wow, I'll learn to ride it. Soon as Mom and Dad show me how.
Toys R Us. You'll never outgrow us.
When the sweetest pets become little stinkers, try Arm & Hammer's new Pet Fresh Carpet Deodorizer. It goes deep down to freshen up, even between vacuumings. Arm & Hammer's new Pet Fresh works till the cows come home. Oh, Pet Fresh.
Great food. It's for the party.
And a fresh box of Arm & Hammer baking soda keeps everything fresh. And the calendar reminds us to change every 3 months. Isn't it time for a fresh box?
The Peanuts gang searches for the true meaning of Christmas.
I think it needs me.
It's the holiday classic, A Charlie Brown Christmas, tonight.
I've killed it.
Jingle bells, jingle bells. Have a Merry Melodies Christmas with all your Looney Tunes favorites on Bugs Bunny's Looney Christmas Tales.
That's all, folks?
But that's not all. Could it be that Santa's skipping town? 'Twas the night before Christmas. Can they save Saint Nick in the nick of time? 2 holiday treats, Saturdays starting at 8.
Stay tuned for Guiding Light, next on most of these CBS stations. Children's Clothes by Good Lad of Philadelphia. Join us tomorrow for As the World Turns.